Hey YouTube, so I'm back with another thing that's on my mind, of course, and this is more close to home, and it is about how you have to stop being yourself. And I don't mean your traditions, your ethics, background, or where you come from. I'm speaking in regards to the new life that you're asking for. Some old ways have to go bye-bye. Some old things you have to wave, see you later. You have to stop being yourself. Change is inevitable. You can learn something new every day. And even if you stay true to yourself, which is what we all want you to do, there are, I'm pretty sure, a few things that you can change about yourself. We can be in our own way. I'm learning this as we speak through life. The phone calls, the text messages, the check-ins, the typical what are you doing or hey, how's your day going? Sometimes that has to come to an end for you to discover you. It doesn't mean that they're not a friend of yours. It doesn't mean that they're not reputable to be in your corner. And it also doesn't mean that you have to completely let them go. But even if it's for a season or a period of time, sometimes you have to stop being you. It's a matter of time management, what we do with our time, of course, and what we respond to. You know, if I'm on the phone, and nothing wrong with talking to people, but if I'm on the phone and I'm consuming, let's say 2 to 3 hours on the phone with this person, what am I gaining? What am I gaining? And there's nothing wrong with conversating about life or adventures or things that are coming up. There's nothing wrong with that. But if it consumes too much energy and it's not a benefit for you, you have to get out of your own way. The 3 days in a row that you might used to speak with that person may need to turn into two or maybe even one. Slow progress. Going to an event that is consuming a lot of your time, even if it's positive, learn how to coordinate that. Sometimes you have to get out of your own way. Easier said than done. I'm not saying that family is not important. I'm not saying that friends are not important, but let's use the analogy of med school, right? I'm pretty sure everyone in med school or everyone who went through med school, even though their family or their friends or where they came from was a huge help and assistance to them, I'm pretty sure the conversations got a little shorter. I'm pretty sure the time spent, unfortunately, got a little shorter. Not saying that they did not make time or that you cannot plan to do those things. What I'm getting to is sometimes we allow too much of our time to be consumed by either other people, and I'm not calling this or saying that this is meaningless relationships. My apologies. But what I'm saying is, if you're on the phone, for example, I'm guilty, 2 3 hours, and you're conversating with someone and it's not getting you anywhere, then what does that do to your cup? It's like, letting your cup run dry and not gaining any knowledge in the process. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with chit-chatting or having a debate or, speaking about the world affairs or anything like that. But I'm talking about when you are trying to center focus onto yourself. When you're trying to center focus into yourself, when you're trying to self-develop and rebrand yourself, you have to get out of your own way. People are going to feel their way regardless if you talk to them every day or if you don't. People are going to choose to be with whom they want to be with, whether you're really around them all the time or not. They're still going to go work their 9 to 5 and make sure that their Ameren bill is paid or their electric or gas bill is paid. So just like they make themselves a priority, as you should, we have to make our own self a priority. There's nothing wrong with giving advice or being there, but we have to be there for ourselves a little more than we are for other people. In all aspects, tap into your reality. Get out of your own way. You can have a plan. You can have a written out, itinerary of what you're going to do for the day. But if you let one person throw you off, that one person can distract you and kind of, as they say, mess up or hang up your whole day. You know how it is when you're waiting at home for a technician or electrician or someone to come out and do a bid on your property or something. Or you're waiting on someone to come and hook up your internet for the first time in your apartment. And you telling people, yeah, they hooking up my internet today. I'm going to have Wi-Fi. Yay. They're going to be here at 2 o'clock. And so you plan, okay, they say it'll take about an hour to get the Wi-Fi installed. But then the technician doesn't show up till, by default, 3:30, 3:45. Although you excited, you see how that kind of still dimmed down. Like, dang, I might want it to go to the store real quick a little sooner. I may want it to catch up with my buddies, an hour sooner. Or, hey, I had another plan behind the electrician appointment for my Wi-Fi, but now that this electrician has arrived 30 to 45 minutes late, I have to call everybody and let them know I'm going to be about 15 minutes of a difference. Same analogy. It's not that you have to let them go, but it throws you off sometimes. There's nothing wrong with taking a day to center yourself. It's nothing wrong with sitting down at the table with your family and putting a little bit more time into them. But in order to even do that, you have to get out of your own way. You have to have the mind, the willingness, and the ability. And when one of those things are not added in that equation, sometimes it may not be as smooth as it would traditionally be. And so this is just food for the soul, as I always say, some gems for you all tonight. And this is just me, explaining how sometimes it's you, not in a bad way, in a way of, hey, if you were spending all that additional time that you spend possibly gossiping or just talking a little too much or, consuming much of your time, I don't care if it's a game system, same analogy. Let some of that stuff go a little bit in a sense of time. Get a scheduled, ongoing plan for your days. And it may take you a few days to come up with a reputable plan that will work for you and yours. Every household is different. Every family is different. And like I always say, every blessing is different. But this is for you to tap in and look into yourself and get out of your own way. Reach your potential. Take baby steps to do the things that you feel you need to do. I don't care if it's an additional 15 to 30 minutes difference in the morning. It may help you a bunch. It may change your mindset. You may not be as uptight and tense as you are when you're sitting at the dinner table in the evening because you've actually taken time to analyze yourself. Within 10 to 15 minutes every day, less than that, honestly, you can say, thank you, Lord Jesus, for waking me up. And if you already have something kind of softly written in your head or written on paper, if you're starting off and you're trying to get acclimated to this, it gives you structure. It gives you structure. And with structure, most of the time, it decreases the stress, the anxiety, oh, I forgot this. I put a lot of things on my calendar right here on my phone. I put a lot of things on my calendar. I don't care if it's, hey, drop the letter off this Saturday or, mail off a bill this weekend. It's still things that I can do to be productive, although it's part of my day-to-day livelihood. I'm getting up, I'm moving, I'm navigating, safe and sound, thank God. And it exposes me, even that trip to the mall or the trip to the store or a new store that's opened in the neighborhood. It allows for you to tap into you and get a rhythm for you and for you to better understand what your body needs. Some people can stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning and clock in at work at 6 a.m., 3 hours of a difference later. I can't. Unless God blesses me with more energy than I went to sleep with. And it does happen. Sometimes you'll wake up 2 to 3 hours and you're perfectly fine. But the whole point of this, ladies and gentlemen, is to tap into yourself. Get out of your own way. Stop holding your own self back. Don't give any excuses. Write it on a piece of paper if you need to. Write it on a sticky note if you need to. And when you complete each thing, throw it in a little, trash bin or something. you've completed that task for the day. And watch it makes a world of difference. As always, you stay blessed.